Today we finally take a look at the world's favorite X-Men. Although, I've never really understood why he's the most popular. I mean, Nightcrawler's better, and even Wolverine knows it. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Tales Showcase, where we go on cruises and live edits work-related. I'm your host, the Watcher of New Earth. Well, Logan's out in theaters, breaking our hearts and reminding us just how long ago it was that we were first introduced to Hugh Jackman. And in the spirit of that, it only seems fitting that we look at a Wolverine comic. What's that? Oh, you were expecting an iconic Wolverine story, yeah. You must be new here. Published in 1991, this story was conceived by the legendary Peter David, while the script was written by Larry Stroman, who's best known for his artwork on Uncanny X-Men, X-Factor, and Punisher. The art is done by Al Milgrom, whose best known works are the West Coast Avengers, being writer and artist on the Spectacular Spider-Man, and for co-creating the superhero Firestorm. And with so many underrated legends working on this book, you know it has to be great. Or at least mildly entertaining. This is Wolverine, number 44.
Central Park. Nice pond, but me and water don't mix.
Of course you don't. You have to add 2 eggs and then mix, stupid.
It's given me more than my share of surprises. Last time I went in for a swim, I found Sabretooth.
Wow, so that went from broody comic to slash fiction like that.
Our story opens on Logan with torn clothes, crouching next to a pond.
Which actually is how most fanfics either begin or end.
If you're wondering why Logan is next to a pond, don't! It doesn't factor into the story at all. On the very next page, the universe explodes into a flurry of color, as Logan is confronted by a space baby calling out for help.
Well, it looks like somebody fell asleep watching 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Logan wakes up, narrating that he's had that dream every night for the past week. However, 3 days ago he had seen a cruise ship matching the exact same one in his dream, and he immediately booked a ticket.
Holy crap, forget Razor Claws and Healing Factor, being able to book a cruise the day it's leaving? That is a superpower.
The following day, Logan walks on deck as he can't shake the feeling that something's wrong. He is stopped, however, by 3 single ladies.
Insert obligatory Beyonce joke here, and let's move on.
All 3 are pregnant and have decided to take some vacation time before their children are born. They stopped Logan because the redhead, Rachel, wants to know what he thinks of the name Sherlock for a baby.
And he gives her the same answer anybody sane would. Yes, Sherlock is a fine name. If you don't mind your kid being teased incessantly and getting beaten up 3 times a day, because that's the life to expect when your name is Sherlock!
Logan goes on his way and tells them to have fun.
Actually, I think I'll get wet. You ladies want to join me?
This comic really likes towing the line between comic and fanfic. Also,
that's what she said!
As Logan continues to inspect the dock, he suddenly hears a loud scream. He rushes back and sees people gathered around the pool, which is now rapidly becoming red. He dives in, past the victim, to find whatever caused this at the bottom of the pool. He can't make out its form, but immediately engages it. However, the space infant appears and tells Logan that he must defeat it.
I swear, if this little guy starts yelling, "Hey, listen, I'm out of here."
The creature disappears and Logan swims up to the victim, discovering it to be Rachel. Later that night, Logan dons his suit and goes out investigating. He eventually goes back to check on Brenda and Gretchen, the other 2 ladies, who Logan had told to remain in their cabins. But when he arrives, it seems like Brenda has wandered off. And it seems like Gretchen's face decided to become a Liechtenstein piece. Nice. Brenda boards in an elevator, planning on going to the dining hall. Her argument? In horror movies, people always die when they're alone, so she'll be safer there with the rest of the passengers.
Apparently walking alone doesn't count if you're planning on meeting people. Also, Rachel was surrounded by a ton of passengers when she died in the swimming pool, so there's already 2 big flaws in your plan, genius.
Of course, the monster breaks the elevator roof and takes her. I know, shock of the century. Wolverine hears her yell and runs to investigate, but he's too late and only finds her gutted corpse. The creature, however, is still there, and Logan begins to fight it as they jump from car to car. Oddly, Logan still can't see the creature, instead relying on his other senses. When he swings at the beast, however, it grabs his hand and uses his claws to slice the car cable.
Funny how what seems to be a mindless killing machine is still one of the most competent villains that we've looked at on this channel.
With Logan stuck, the creature hits him, sending him and the car crashing down. While the people inside the car die from the crash, Logan is only mildly injured and continues to be bothered by the space baby. Logan realizes that the monster is after the unborn baby, but since it's not sure which one it is, it's just been offing all the women. With this in mind, he rushes to Gretchen. However, the creature's already in her room, saying that it wants her child. Logan arrives and asks the beast why it didn't speak before. It simply says there was nothing to say.
And it doesn't get caught up monologuing? How is this thing not taken over the universe yet?
Logan goes in and successfully pushes the thing off the boat. He begins to land a few good hits, but is quickly running out of air. What's worse is that they're nearing the ship's propellers. However, as with most people, the thought of being sliced to bits makes Logan think quick, and he shoves the monster in. As he swims away, he thinks to himself that it was a satisfactory end to a monster that appeared to come out of a horror movie.
Unlike me, who sees it as the death of one of the most competent villains ever.
And our comic ends the next morning as Logan goes to check on Gretchen and tells her that he believes her baby is something special, as she agrees. Also, despite going through horrible trauma and still being in bed, it seems like Gretchen found the time to put her makeup on, granted with a palette knife.
Why is Gretchen on this quest to make her face look like a painting? I'm sure if this comic were longer, she'd eventually go for the Mona Lisa, complete with that little smirk that we all loathe. Anyway, that was Wolverine number 44. It was pretty sweet.
The writing is fantastic, throwing the reader into the story with little information to help exemplify the horror motif. The dialogue is also really good, particularly Logan's lines. Although some lines are kinda dumb, but maybe that's on purpose. Again, it helps with the horror movie feel. Even Cthulhu gets a shout out. What's not to like? Well, the art, I guess, isn't as good. Most of the issue is pretty good, particularly the action sequences and how the art doesn't show all the gore, but enough to get our imaginations working. The real issue is the faces, which oftentimes seem to have too many lines, causing them to look bizarre and misshapen.
But for the most part, this comic's pretty good. Mr. Jackman, it's been an honor watching you bring to life one of comics' most beloved creations for the last 17 years. Unlike most voice actors for Wolverine, you will never be replaced. On behalf of all of us, thank you. And on behalf of me to people that are actually watching this, as always, thank you for joining me and I'll see you next time. This is the Watcher of New Earth, signing off.